Welcome back to St Andrew's College in Blackrock, County Dublin. We're heading into Game 9 of the Kate Russell Tournament 2019. It's Game 4 of Day 2, and up we have the Ulster champions Banbridge against Connacht champions Colaiste, Iognaid, also known as the Jez. I'm joined again by Ivan Ovington, St Andrew's senior boys coach. Ivan, it's very clear what Banbridge need to do here. A likelihood, if they win 6-0 or if they win by 6 clear goals, they're champions here, you'd imagine.
Yeah, if they win by 6 goals, they are champions. There's no doubt about that. We haven't seen any Kenny can inflict that sort of damage on St Andrews later on. So this is now up to Banbridge to come out here, to dictate the play, to be patient. It's kind of it's a funny thing for a coach to say to a team, to tell them to be patient, and then on the next breath tell them they have to score 6 goals. But on the evidence of what we saw this morning from this Banbridge team, if that same team turns up as turned up this morning in this game, that's well within their capability, because there was plenty of space there this morning. Jez need to come out and, it's their final game. They need to show a bit of fight, bit of scrap, and they'll know that, they'll know. It's kind of nice for them to know that going into this game that, the destiny of this title in some way depends on the performance that they turn up and put in today. And I'm sure they'll want to go away, on the back of a positive performance. But this is all down to Banbridge now. This is all down to Banbridge. They were absolutely outstanding this morning. And if they can show that same hunger, that same fight that they showed this morning, I think this is their title now for the taking.
Yeah, we saw Crescents put 6 past the Jez in the opening game of today's action. Banbridge now have that opportunity themselves. The Jez, all they have to do, as Ivan said, all they have left in this competition is to play for pride. It's their final game. They've lost all 3 games this morning against the Crescent. They really weren't at the races. First 2 games, the chances to score. They're yet to score a goal they scored 1 against Crescent. It's going to be a tricky task for them. We're a couple of minutes away from this, but Ivan, as you mentioned, the likes of Ellen Reid, she was outstanding against St Andrews earlier today. She's going to be key to Banbridge's chances once again.
She is, yep. She was key this morning. She was absolutely outstanding. She bossed the game. She dictated the game. I'd like to see her be aggressive in this second game now and do like she did this morning and step up behind that midfield, play in that pocket in behind the centre mid. She bossed it from there this morning. They're going to have to get their forwards nice and high. Ben and Al and Hassan right and left midfield. They were key this morning. Ben and Al was absolutely outstanding down the right hand side, and we saw them win a lot of corners this morning. And their corner machine in this game, if that can yield them, if they win 6, 7 corners, 8 corners, if they can convert 1 in 3 of those, there's 3 of your goals. So you'd back them to get 6, 7 corners. If they can convert, 3 of those, well, there you're halfway to the 6 goals you want.
We're underway here for this 9th game of the Kate Russell, or 4th today. Brought to you live and exclusively on SportingLimerick.com, right here from St Andrew's College in Blackrock, County Dublin. It's the Jez with possession. And away they come, looking to get into Banbridge territory. It's a good run there, and it was their number 6, and of course that's Caoimhe Cleary making her way down that left hand side, and Cleary out to Fiona Kelly on this right hand side. 2 of the Jez's best players in this competition, the 2 of their biggest or most impressive performers, I should say, and it's going to be Kelly to take this. She has a strike, it's taken a deflection, nearly hit, it's fallen to Zoe O'Mara, and that's a short corner. Great start for the Jez, and it's the Crescent fans that are cheering down below. There isn't too many Jez supporters that have made their way from Connacht up to Blackrock today, and indeed yesterday. So it's the Crescent fans hoping and praying that the Jez can do them a favour here. It's going to be Caoimhe Cleary to take this short corner. It hasn't been a strength of the Jez over their 3 games to date, their work from short corners, but it's Cleary now looking to set this one up. Cleary about to give the call to her teammates. It's played, it's trapped, it's going to be McGovern to shoot. McGovern with the strike, it's taking a deflection and just wide. It's going to be a long corner, but a good strike from Aoife McGovern and a good block from the Banbridge defence.
It's a good positive start from Jez. You know, the onus is on Banbridge to come out here and boss this game, but you know, it's good to see Jez come out and they're on the front foot. They're positive. They're having a go, and I'm sure the Crescent supporters here will cheer them all the way. They're making the best of their day out in Dublin here. But you know, this is what Banbridge have to just be patient. They have to move that ball. There's plenty of space here to play. So, you know, if they're impatient like they were yesterday and try to go back to front too quickly, they need to work that ball, get Reid on the ball, get her pushed up in the pitch. You know, the spaces are going to open up here, so they just got to be patient. Don't force it like that there. That's the trap. That ball can just go to the left back, and let's work it up from there. Let's transfer it a second time and get Benal on the ball on the other side. So just be patient. Don't play this game, and play a similar game to what they played this morning.
Yeah, it's Banbridge in possession here. Good work on that occasion from number 4. That's Alex Gardner, very impressive performer for Banbridge in this competition. Good defending though from Maddie Mitchell at the back there from the Jez, and it's cleared away downfield. It's going to be Fiona Kelly now in possession for the Jez. Kelly running out of options. Look, good stick work though, creating a bit of room from Gemma Hassan. Plays it forward, hits Sarah O'Toole's foot, and it's going to be a free to be taken by Maisie Corrie all the way back to Ellen Reid, and Reid now will play this over to Hannah Buchanan just outside Banbridge territory, defensive territory. It's Holly Hannah on that right hand side looking for Sophie Mount. It's been a big outlet for the Jez so far in their 3 games to date. It's Mount on the run. Good defending from Aoife McGovern, but it's going to be a free to Banbridge, and it's going to be taken by their captain. And of course that's Nadia Benalal. Good strike in from Benalal up to MacDonald. Solitary goal scorer against St Andrews. Going to be another free, and it's Alex Gardner in possession now. Gardner making her way into the D. Wasn't 5 though, and it's going to be the Jez getting away with that one, and Aoife McGovern to take this free for them right on the top of their own D. McGovern usually tries to strike these ones long. That's no difference. Blocked though well by MacDonald. Katie MacDonald, it's intercepted now. Nadia Benalal on the run. Good run from Benalal. Shooting chance here for the captain. It's gone. It's a good stop from, in fact it's gone wide. It was a good effort from Benalal on that occasion. But Ivan, that's a bit easy from the Jez's point of view. Benalal got in very easy, then got that shot away fairly easy as well.
It is. She's a very good player. You know, we saw that in the earlier game against Andrews. She was absolutely outstanding. But, you know, you can't tell a team to go out onto a pitch and immediately score 6 goals. What they've got to do is they've got to make sure that they do all the right things that lead then to creating opportunities. So they've got to move the ball, they've got to work the pockets of space that Jez leave. They've got to be patient, they've got to move the ball fast, they've got to get runners in behind. If you can do all those things, well then they generate the chances. If they generate the chances, then it's up to them to actually convert those chances. But you know, they've got to do the right things. They can't force this. They can't score 6 goals in the click of a finger. They're going to have to commit to a process, and then it's a matter of generating chances and then taking them. But here's Benanal again, looking for that break into the circle along the baseline like she did so often this morning.
Yeah, and another thing that could scupper Banbridge's chances is the conditions. It's definitely a lot wetter than it was this morning. It's going to be harder to move the ball around at pace. Maybe the running of Benalal could be a big advantage for Banbridge, but definitely the conditions are going to make a difference here in this game.
They're going to make a bit of a difference. The danger for Banbridge, and we've seen it already, is that they're getting one-off runners, taking on individual, going solo, and all that's happening is you're getting a block of players building up. You beat one, you got to beat the set. The only time that you really look to take on a player to beat them is when you get a one-on-one situation with a little bit of space in behind. There's no point taking on a player to then head down and take on a second player. You beat that player, you've got a third player, you've got a fourth player. So you've got to move the ball to create 2v1 opportunities, or to isolate Benanal or isolate Hassan in one-on-one situations. And to create those opportunities, you've got to move the ball, not run the ball. And they'll get bogged down, they'll get frustrated. So I just like to see them. Again, we're looking one-off runners running into 2 bodies. So they've got to think about what they're doing, how they're going to go about this, because the key thing here now is that clock is ticking, and every minute that goes by, there's more and more pressure on them to get that first goal on the board.
Indeed there is, and it's Holly Hanna over that right hand side for Banbridge. The vociferous Crescent Crown definitely making themselves heard down below us from the commentary box here, but it's Jodie Simmons over in that far corner for Banbridge, and plays the ball back to Holly Hanna, who's taking on Aoife Quinn, and Quinn has done enough to dispossess. Simmons fires one across, and it's going to be a free out to the Jez, and it's going to be Aoife McGovern to take, and away she goes with the ball. Good run from McGovern, plays it up towards Aoife Quinn. The pass isn't accurate enough though, and it's going to be a sideline ball to this Banbridge side. Just coming up to 8 minutes gone in the first half here, and Banbridge having to be patient. It's important that they are patient as they search for 6 goals that will see them win the Kate Russell competition in 2019. But it's not going to be easy, and it's Camille Keane on the attack here for the Jez. She plays it up looking for Zara O'Toole. Definitely a dangerous player for this Jez side, but that's excellent defending from Reid, and Reid takes a deflection off Camille Keane on that occasion. It's going to be a Banbridge ball. Sophie Mount going over to collect that ball, but no question that Banbridge under pressure here. It's a chance here. Sophie Mount has Benelal on the run. Benelal is free. You can't give her that kind of room, and she makes her way into the chance here. A reverse shot for Benelal. It's a great strike, and it's a sensational goal. You had just mentioned you couldn't give her that kind of space. She still had to finish it. Brilliant flick onto the reverse, and an excellent finish from the Banbridge captain.
It is a great finish. That's the sort of area though that they need to get Benenal in. Earlier on when Banbridge were outletting, Benenal's dropping deep, and she's dropping into the Jez forward line, which is far too deep. They need to make sure that they keep her kind of in a half forward role where she's just kind of tucked in behind that front line. Leave Gardner sit in the pocket, leave Reid kind of mop up behind her, but Hassan and Benenal, if they can get those two kind of connecting with their forwards and get their forwards a little bit higher to create space for those two to operate in, I think this is, well, look at it. They need 5 goals now. They're better off than they were, but it's a fabulous finish. Fabulous finish.
Yeah, excellent work there from Nadia Benenal, the Banbridge captain, to open the scoring here in the 9th game of the Kate Russell tournament. Brought to you live and exclusively on SportingLimerick.com. Here from St Andrews College in Blackrock, County Dublin. It's the Jez now with possession. Maddie Mitchell looks for Rian Spillane on his right hand side. Good possession from Spillane. Good control, I should say, from the Jez number 5. That opening goal for Banbridge hasn't dampened the Crescent fans' sound at the moment. But it's Zara O'Toole now on the attack, and O'Toole can cause problems. She showed that against Crescent even today in the Jez's 6-1 defeat. She made the brilliant run that led to Gillian Downs' goal. It's the only goal the Jez have scored in the tournament thus far. And Fiona Kelly with a chip. It's too high. Dangerous play, and away comes the ever dangerous Gemma Hassan. Hassan now on the run. One of the biggest strengths of her game is her dribbling ability, but it's good defending from the Jez on that occasion, and it's going to be a free out for the Jez. Aoife McGovern to take. In no rush, conditions worsening every minute that goes past here. It's getting very wet onto that pitch, and it's definitely going to slow down. It's Benenal now in possession. In fact, that's now it's Katie MacDonald, and it's a free for Banbridge, taken quickly by Alex Gardner, and that's exactly what Banbridge need. Gardner brings it into the D, up towards the baseline. She's unable to get round Aoife McGovern. That's a pretty good bit of defending from the Jez captain on that occasion, and it's the Jez now who are going to come away with possession once again. It's McGovern that's going to take this free. Plays the ball across to Maddie Mitchell. And Maddie Mitchell looks for Caoimhe Cleary, but Banbridge have pressed high and putting the Jez under pressure in their own defence. And it's Nadia Benelal now on the run. It's a good tackle on that occasion. Dispossesses Benelal, and that was Aoife Quinn on that left hand side. And it's going to be a free now for the Jez, and it's Caoimhe Cleary to take. Cleary plays it across to Fiona Kelly. Kelly now loses possession, does well to win that back. It's good work from the Goldman, or the Jez number 2, but dispossessed by Parsons. Now it's Jodie Simmons for Banbridge. And it's come out to this left-hand side now. As the number 12, Gillian Downs, gets the challenge in. It's gone over the sideline again. It's going to be a Banbridge ball. Switched play now from Benelal to Hannah Buchanan, and all the way out here to the Banbridge number 18. That's Ellen Reid. Reid in possession, tries to switch it over to Holly Hannah. Hannah now, good pressure from Aoife Quinn. She forces the mistake. And it's Downs now on the run for the Jays. Good work from Benelal, but Downs has managed to hold on to it. Plays it back to Camille Keane, who in turn plays it to Downs. Downs again has done remarkably well to keep possession and play, and plays it into the centre. Ball comes fired forward, easy for Ellen Reid to deal with though. And Banbridge, she tries to switch the play, and that's exactly what Ivan Ovington was mentioning during the game. It's what caught Banbridge yesterday to be in a better position today if they led with the tactics they used against St Andrews earlier this morning. But on this occasion, it's Reid that gives the possession away, and it's Fiona Kelly now on the run for the Jays. Not many options for Kelly in front of her. A good bit of defensive work from Katie MacDonald, and it's going to be a free to Banbridge, and it's going to be Maisie Corrie that takes. Maisie Corrie plays the ball across to Ellen Reid. Reid tries a Hollywood pass again. This time it's worked out. And it's Nadia Benelal. Benelal, Katie MacDonald on the run, the left hand side. She tried to go down the centre to Jodie Simmons. Simmons wins the ball back, and now there's room for Mount to run into. Good work here from Sophie Mount on the run, but she's been fouled, and it's going to be a free to Banbridge, who are piling on all the pressure in their search for 6 goals that could see them earn this Kate Russell victory in 2019. All the way back to Hannah now. Holly Hannah, good turn from Hannah, beats her opponent, and it was Gillian Downs who she beat. That's going to be a short corner, foul by Aoife McGovern, and a great chance here for Banbridge with Ellen Reid coming up. Ivan, a good chance for Banbridge here to try and get a second goal.
Yep, it is. We've seen what they can do from corners. The only thing with the pitch getting that little bit wetter, the pull out could be a little bit slower, which will allow the Jez first runner to get close to that ball. If Reid's going to whip that in on a slap hit, that ball always comes in flat. So, there's a better chance of that first runner getting out and getting a block, and then it's about trying to get hold of the second ball. But again, Reid has gone short here. They've got two over the trap, but they're going to Reid.
It was a good strike by Reid, but the Jays defence were there, and it was Aoife McGovern making up for the mistake from that free. That's a dangerous play. Gemma Hassan isn't happy with that decision. She argues, it's Ellen Reid arguing that decision, and she could be in a bit of trouble here. She was told by the umpire to go back into her position. The umpire rightly on that occasion not taking any guff from the Banbridge number 18, and it's going to be Aoife McGovern to restart play here for Colaiste Iognaid. The Jays now playing it forward. Rian Spillane, not the best of passes from Spillane, but it's going to be a Jays free. And it's Fiona Kelly in possession. She's got Zara O'Toole on the run, and now O'Toole had half a chance. She's going to try and run that one, or keep that one in play. Ellen Reid didn't really have to get out of second gear for that one. She knew it was going to end up going over the baseline and wide. And it's Reid that will restart play here for Banbridge. They lead 1-0 here, midway through the first half. 15 minutes gone here in this game, our fourth game of the Kate Russell, day 2 of the Kate Russell here, brought to you live and exclusively on SportingLimerick.com from St Andrews College here in Blackrock, County Dublin, as Banbridge on the hunt for 6 goals that will see them win this season's competition. Excellent run again from Nadia Benenal down that right hand side. She's causing all the problems at the moment. She's going to centre this, you'd imagine. Desperate defending from Aoife McGovern. And she's done excellently in the end there. Ivan Ovington is shaking his head. Ivan?
I think it's a corner, to be honest with you. I think she feels a little bit aggrieved. The Banbridge coach is a little bit aggrieved. If I was coach, I'd be a little bit aggrieved there. I think she's done enough to win a corner for her team, but they can't afford to go individual. We're not seeing the same kind of ball movement. We're not seeing the same performance as we saw earlier on this morning against Andrews, and it's gonna become hard work for them. And as we said, like the biggest threat to them winning this game is time. Time. Every second that goes by is crucial here. And instead of needing to score 6 in 50 minutes. We're now 15 minutes in, so time is ticking. Time isn't their friend here, so they need to get moving that ball, and preferably like to be, have about 3 on the board by half time.
Indeed they would, and it's the Jays in possession now with Fiona Kelly over on this near side. She's taking on Gemma Hassan, but it's Aoife McGovern now in possession. Passes to Camille Keane. It's McGovern with possession once again. The Jays captain, Aoife McGovern, lovely flicking behind. It's Camille Keane, lovely low pass, short pass, and Fiona Kelly fires it forward. It's easy again for Ellen Reid, and she's going to try and start an attack here for Banbridge. Good work from Zara O'Toole in chasing her down, but it's Reid still in possession. O'Toole sticking to her task though, but Reid shows her class, eventually gets away from O'Toole and fires one downfield, but that's way too hard a pass for Sophie Mount to even attempt to keep in play. And again up come the Jays. It's Katie McDonald with a block in there, but the Jays back in possession with Camille Keane, and the play comes all the way back to McGovern. McGovern, lovely low pass to Fiona Kelly. It's flicked by Kelly. It's hit Alex Gardner's foot, and that's going to be a free to the Jays. And as Ivan Ovington mentioned, time is not Banbridge's friend here. Coming up to 20 minutes played in this opening half. They lead the Jays 1-0, but they need 6 goals. They need to win this game by 6 clear goals. You're unlikely to see the Jays cause too much issues up front, judging by Ellen Reid's performance defensively. She's well in control of things at the back. So you'd think a 6-0 win is what's needed. That's nearly a lovely flicked ball by Benalal. It was a bit for Sophie Mount, just too strong for her. And maybe it was in a good attempted pass, but maybe Banbridge starting to get a bit nervy, trying things that maybe they don't need to try.
Yeah, I said earlier in the commentary, you can't, scoring the goal is the last touch. So that's the shot, that's the deflection, that's what puts the ball in the net. It's what goes on before that is key to creating the chance. And 20 minutes in here almost, and if we look back on those 20 minutes, how many chances have Banbridge actually created? Genuinely, they've created one, which Benanal stuck in, and they've generated a corner. So they've generated 2 scoring chances in 20 minutes, and they've taken one of those. But they're not creating the quantity of chances that, let's say, Crescent created this morning against Jez. So that, for me, it's that creation of the chance is the worrying thing. Here's a possible half chance. No, they're not creating the quantity of chances that they need to create, because you got to create 10 chances, and then if you take 6 of them, that's a pretty good conversion rate. So we're not seeing the quantity of chances created at the moment, and that's what would worry me going forward in this game.
Yeah, it's Banbridge, and you have to say as well, it is their 4th game of the competition. When Crescent played the Jays, they were fresh. It was early this morning. It was only their 3rd game. Maybe that's coming into effect here. A heavier pitch. Definitely the rainfall that we've seen in the last hour has made an effect on the pitch. It's definitely that little bit slower, but it's Banbridge on the attack here, looking for a 2nd goal. It's their captain, Nadia Benalal, forced to go back to Ellen Reid. And Reid now is going to try a pass. It's a low percentage pass. It's half worked out. And it's Alex Gardner, but Gardner does well to keep possession on that occasion for Banbridge. Plays it in towards the Jays D. It's going to be a free foul on Jodie Simmons. Simmons looking to take this quickly, and that's what Banbridge need. Creates the chance, but it's going to be a free out to the Jays. Yeah, didn't move at 5, and that's McGovern now to restart play for the Jays, who'll be relatively happy. They've defended pretty well. They haven't, as you mentioned, it's a short corner and that individual goal from Nadia Benal, and that's all they've shipped so far, really. Yeah,
no, I think Jays will be. I think the problem that Jays have is the pitch is slowing up. I think their outletting is quite slow. They don't have players at the back that can ship that ball quick enough. So I think if Banbridge are aggressive, they can get something off these 16-yard hits. But the Jays will probably be kind of happy enough with how they're doing. But I think Banbridge, similar to what happened yesterday against Kilkenny, they're going too centrally. Everything's coming down the middle of the pitch, and balls are going into 50-50 contests, as opposed to generating chances where they can isolate players in one-on-one situations where they're picking up the ball. The Banbridge forwards need to pick up that ball. Anything Jez are just competing for anything that's being played in there at the moment. And they just need to simple. Don't look for these big balls. There's another turnover.
Yeah, another pass from Ellen Reid, and Sophie Mount unable to make that one stick. And it's going to be a sideline ball over on that far side, and it's going to be Caoimhe Cleary to take for this Jez outfit. And it's Cleary now going on the run with the ball. Takes on a couple of players, finds Gillian Downs, but Downs unable to beat Hannah Buchanan. Now there could be a counter here with Alex Gardner for this Banbridge side. It's a good ball up, it's broken into Katie MacDonald. Can she finish? Banbridge looking for a second goal. It's a great bit of goalkeeping. It's a fantastic bit of work from Anna O'Donoghue. She dived right. Ivan Ovington is shaking his head. Ivan?
I think there's far too much stick there for me. I think Banbridge will be quite aggrieved that that's not a stroke. I didn't see any ball there. I just saw, look, we're a distance away. We're actually on the side where the ball is, but I just don't think the keeper's got any ball there. I think that's been all stick. So I think that I think Banbridge will feel a little bit aggrieved there that they haven't got a stroke.
Yeah, Zara O'Toole on the attack. She plays that ball into the D. It's flicked on by Camille Keane. It's going to be a free out. Neil Madeley is certainly questioning that down in front of us. The Banbridge Academy head coach. He's now encouraging his players, but ever since that decision wasn't given his side's way, he was losing his nut on the sideline. That's the way I'd describe it anyway. And meanwhile, back with play, it's Ellen Reid in possession for Banbridge. Tries a long pass. This time it's worked out. And again, it's Katie MacDonald who's away for this Banbridge side. She's been chased down by Reen Spillane. Spillane's done pretty well to slow her up. And in the end, Aoife McGovern gets the tackle in. That's going to be a long corner. Good desperate defending, or good defending indeed from the Jez on that occasion. And it's going to be Gemma Hassan, who's been relatively quiet in this game. And Banbridge certainly need more from her if they're going to get anywhere near close to getting these 6 goals that they badly need. It's good work from Hassan on that occasion, but Aoife McGovern's done very well, and McGovern's been solid as a rock in this first half for the Jez. As we come up to half time here, it's Fiona Kelly for the Jez. Flicks the ball away. It's going to be a free though. Dangerous play is the call from one of the umpires. And away come the Jez with it. Kelly wasn't expecting that ball. She's got it back. It's going to be another free for the Jez though, as Gemma Hassan tries to get away with the ball.
Just going back to that stroke, I'm just taking a look at the hand blocker on the stick side of the goalkeeper. It's not a hand blocker that sits on the ground very easily, and kind of my view of it here was that her stick collided with the Banbridge stick about halfway up, and that would be kind of the natural way that your hand would actually go because of that style of hand blocker that she's actually using on the stick side. But chance here for Jez at 2-on-2, but a super piece of defending there just to snuff that chance out.
Yeah, it was Zara O'Toole on the run, but yet again in this half, it's Banbridge able to deal with that defensively. It was good work on that occasion, I think, by their number 16, Maisie Corey, who's come into this left-hand side of their defence and done very well in the last couple of games. It's Katie MacDonald now on the run. Good turn by Katie MacDonald, and she's won a free. And the Banbridge coming up to half-time here, something like 10 seconds. But that's half-time. I think they thought there was 10 seconds wrong. Our clock is wrong here. It's 1-0 to Banbridge. They've got one of the 6 goals they've needed. Neil Madeley, their coach, clapping his players as they come off the pitch. They're going to need 5 goals in the second half if they're going to keep their hopes, or if they want to win this Kate Russell Tournament 2019. We'll be back shortly for the second half of this game.